All right, so our lesson today is on substitution, but before we start substitution, we're just going to do some quick review of order of operations. So in your notebooks, let's start with the first question here. You're just solving this question using BEDMAS. So remember to use BEDMAS. B is for brackets, E is for exponents, D for division, M multiplication, A addition, S subtraction. And remember, division and multiplication can be interchanged going from left to right, and same with addition subtraction. It can be interchanged going from left to right. All right, so let's just go over the very first one here. We have brackets, so we have to complete inside the brackets first. So 3 times 2 plus 7 gives me 9, and then I have minus 3. All right, 3 times 9 is 27, so I'm doing multiplication next. So I have 27 minus 3, which gives me my answer of 24. So if you got 24, that was correct. All right, we're looking at our second example here. We have 6 plus 4 times 3 plus 2 on our numerator. So we're going to work with our brackets first. So 6 plus 4, that is 10. And then it's times 3 plus 2, which is 5. So that's my numerator. If I continue with my numerator, 10 times 5 gives me 50. So I've finished my numerator, which is the top portion. So let's take a look at our bottom portion. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And then it's times 4 plus 1 in the brackets, which is also 5. All right, so my denominator, or my bottom portion, is 25. All right, so it looks like 50 over 25, which also means 50 divided by 25. Also, you can reduce fractions if you remember how to reduce fractions. All right, but 50 divided by 25, your answer will be 2. So our third one here, we have division, multiplication, and division. So we're just going to go left to right. So 56 divided by 8, that is 7. I'm left with times 4 divided by 2. So going from left to right again, 7 times 4, that's 28. And then I still have divided by 2. And then that leaves me with my answer of 14. All right. I'll give you guys a few, let's say like 30 seconds to try that last one. All right, so we're looking at our last example here. We have the 4 times, and in brackets we have 6 minus 3, and then divided by 6. So that means we do have to do the brackets first. 6 minus 3, that's 3. And then I have divided by 6. That's what I have on my numerator so far. For my denominator, I have 19 minus 5, which is 14. And then I have divided by 7. So I've just kind of simplified my numerator and denominator. And now I will continue. So left to right here, 4 times 3, that gives me 12. It's 12 divided by 6. And then on the bottom, it's 14 divided by 7, which is 2. I'm just going to move down here next. So 12 divided by 6, that gives me 2. And my denominator here is 2. So I have 2 over 2, which means it's 2 divided by 2, or you can reduce your fraction. But 2 divided by 2, that gives me my answer of 1. So our next step, when we're working with BEDMAS and order of operations, our next step is substitution. So what happens in substitution is you will see symbols. Symbols like these here, we have a square, that would be a symbol. But eventually we will be dropping the symbols and just looking at letters. So what happens is these symbols or letters, they are used as replacements for numbers in an expression. So to calculate the value of the expression, you're going to take the information that's given, for example, here, and you're going to substitute that number into the symbol or the letter. And then we're going to solve just like we have been using order of operations. So in this example, we have the square is equal to 6. So in our expression here is our square. We know that that is equal to 6. So we are going to substitute 6 into the square. And now in this example, we can just put in the 6 like this and then rewrite our whole expression. And then after that, you're just going to use your order of operations to solve. So we have 3 plus 6 times 9. So that means we have to multiply first. So that becomes 3 plus 6 times 9 is 54. And that becomes 57. So let's take a look at our next example. So again, we have a square representing in our expression, and we know that the square is equal to 7 this time. So we're going to substitute the 7 right in there for the square. So it becomes 3 plus 7 times 9. So again, it's very similar to the first question. We're going to work on multiplication first. So it becomes 3 plus 63, which is equal to 66. All right, so for substitution, it is still very important that you know your order of operations rules to be able to solve. All right, try these. All right, so in this one, we have a square. The square is equal to 5. The diamond is equal to 2. So just for substitution, we have 3 times 5 minus 4 times 2. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead from left to right. I have to do my multiplication here. So I have 15. And then minus, I can also do my multiplication here. 4 times 2 is 8. So 15 minus 8, which is equal to 7. And just resume this one. So here we have 3 times 5 plus 4 times 7. All right, and then we're going to multiply 3 times 5, which is 15, and then plus 28, which gives me 10. All right, so with this question, our diamond is equal to 10. So here's our diamond. So we have 10 divided by 2 minus a square. Our square is 0. Then we have divided by 8. Then we have plus diamond, which is 10, and then times 3. All right, so let's go through this. So left to right, I have division. So I got to do my division first. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then I have minus 0 divided by 8 plus 10 times 3. All right, so next I have 0 divided by 8 here to do. 0 divided by 8, that gives me 0. So I have 5 minus 0 plus 10 times 3. So next I'm going to do the 10 times 3 there. So I have 5 minus 0 plus 30. All right, and now I can go ahead from left to right. 5 minus 0, that is 5, and then plus the 30, which gives me 35 as the final answer. So next, like I said, for substitution, you will either see symbols or you will see letters. So as you progress through math, algebra is going to become more complex, and letters will be used more and more for replacements instead of symbols. All right, now X is used a lot in algebra. The letter X is used a lot. So to avoid confusion with the multiplication sign, which is also an X, in algebra you will not see X being used for multiplication. No more X for multiplication. X is used as the letter, as the variable. All right, so if you see something like this, 3x, that means it's 3 times x. If we see xy, that means we're multiplying x times y. If you see in brackets 5 and then in bracket z, there's no operation in between 5 and z, so that means it's 5 times z. And the last one is the dot. If you see the dot in between, it means multiplication. So here it means A times B. So as we continue with algebra and substitution now, it's very, very important that when you are substituting, you are using brackets. All right, just to show you with this first example, so we have 5AB, and we're told that A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 6. If you don't use brackets, it's going to look like this. A is 4, so I just put 4, and I put B for 6. All you get is a number, 546. That is wrong. All right, you have to use brackets. So very important, use brackets. Because 5AB, that means 5 times A times B. So I'm going to show this now correctly using brackets. So 5 bracket 4 bracket 6 like this. All right, and then you can go ahead and multiply this out. All right, so 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 times 6 is 120. That is correct. Then if you want to complete it, you can. Here it is. All right, so we have 3K. So 3K, open up a bracket, my K is equal to 5. That means it's 3K means 3 times K, so 3 times 5. And I have plus 7Z, that means 7 times Z. So 7 brackets, Z is equal to 4. All right, once you've done that, then you can go ahead and use BEDMAS. So 3 times 5, that's 15, plus 7 times 4 is 28. 15 plus 28 is equal to